Hello everyone, welcome to today's workshop. Today's topic is 5 steps towards achieving your full potential as a musician. So the first step is clarifying your intentions and goals. And you might ask, why is that important? So I'm going to read you a study that was done by scientists and psychologists back in 1979. So in 1979, there was a study on goal setting that was being done by the Harvard MBA students. And in this study, all the students were asked before graduating on the question of their goal setting. So they were asked a single question about their goals in life. And the question was, have you set written goals and created a plan for their attainment? So prior to the graduation, we found out that 3% of the students had written down defined goals and plans. 13% of the students had goals but did not write them down. And 84% of the students had no defined goals. And then 10 years later, the MBA students were questioned again. And here's what the researchers found. So on average, the 13% with goals earned twice as much as the ones without goals. But more remarkably, the 3% who had written their goals down earned 10 times more than the remaining 97% of the participants combined. So that just goes on to show you and tell you like how important goal setting can be, how that can change your life as well as your career. And so that's mainly what we will be talking about, is the smart way to set goals. So when I ask a lot of my students, especially at the beginning of the semester, or if I meet them for the first time, I often ask them, what's your goal? What do you try to accomplish? And a lot of the times, even when asked about their career goals or life goals, they will say, I want to play as many concerts as possible. I'm going to do really well at all my recitals. A lot of the answers similar to that, but there's actually a formula that you can set your goals so that it's more measurable. And the more measurable it is, the more attainable it could be. So we call this the SMART formula. So first, you want your goal to be specific. So can it be accurately described? And second, you want your goal to be measurable. So something that's able to be measured with exact matrix. And third, you want it to be achievable. So you want it to be challenging, but also realistic. And four, you want it to be relevant. So something that's desirable and reasonable. And finally, it has to be timed or time-bound. So that means it has either a deadline or if there is a time frame. So I'm going to give you some of the examples. So instead of saying like, I'm going to play better, you can set more specific goals. How are you going to play better? So I am going to play this technical section from measure, say 1 to 25 without any mistakes in terms of the rhythm and note accuracy, and at a specific tempo, such as quarter note equals to 120, something like that. And so those goals are more specific, it's measurable, and if you have been practicing this piece, then of course it's achievable. And if this piece is on the program of your concert, then it's relevant. And also, if you want to achieve this, say by the end of this practice session in 2 hours, then it's time bound because you've set a deadline. So that's kind of an overview of how you can set goals and how to set goals that are more specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and timed, so that it will help you to shape the process or the system that you are using to achieve your goals. Some other tips include measure and track. So if you can measure and track your progress, you are more likely to achieve your goals. So a lot of the times when I am practicing, I have a book where I just write down notes of what I've memorized each day. So if you are my student, you'll hear me say this a lot. My routine is that I wake up every day, I will make tea, and then my first real task of the day is always memorizing a section or a portion of music, and I memorize new materials every single day, and that usually comprise the first hours of my awakening time. And so that's to say, when you are practicing, you want to have a journal or a notebook where you can track your progress, and so that the next day when you review, you know what you might want to be doing, what you want to review, what new materials you might want to add on. And the second tip is that sometimes less is more. So try to focus on one goal at a time, and even in a day, you don't want to set too many goals because then you might overwhelm yourself. So when you wake up, see if you can identify maybe 2 to 3 priorities of your day, and those will be your anchor points that you check in throughout the day, so that you are sure that your day is going according somewhat to your plan, and you still have these intentions and goals in mind to guide you subconsciously. And also the third thing is the mindset. So instead of pushing your success into the future, start thinking, feeling, and acting as if you've already achieved your goals. So a lot of the times we always think about, oh, if I can do this, then I would be so and so. But a lot of the times you can switch your mindset to thinking, if I have achieved this goal, how will I behave? How will I act? And how will I think? And you might be surprised. A lot of the times you can, if you have that mindset and if you can act according to that mindset or that goal in mind, your action and your behavior and your feelings might be a little bit different. And that might actually prompt you to achieve your goal even faster. And so you can use this smart way of setting goals at the start of your academic year or at the start of your semester, or even set monthly goals or daily goals or even practice session goals. And hopefully that will help you a lot with kind of what you are trying to achieve. So that's the quick overview of setting goals, but I would also like to talk about setting intentions. So intentions is a little bit different than setting goals. Goals has more of a deadline. Intentions is something that's more present, that you want to do like a mantra. And so a lot of the times I teach Yoga for Musicians course. Usually our first class is about setting your intention. And I would encourage my students or even my clients, when you wake up, you can look into the mirror and then kind of give this positive feedback to yourself to kind of boost your day or boost your energy. So you can talk to yourself and set the intention for the day, whether it's I am balanced, or I am calm, or I am powerful, or I'm confident, or I am where I need to be and I am grateful, something like that, to kind of guide you through your day. And a lot of the students has told me, after practicing this intention setting mantra as well as intention setting exercise, they were able to go through their days feeling more grounded and more calm, and they have more confidence in themselves when they are challenged with obstacles or difficult tasks, because they have this mantra or this intention at the back of their head and to support them when they are encountering some of the more difficult situations during the day. So I hope this helps you to set your intentions and goals and clarify your intentions and goals so that you have a more effective way of achieving your full potential. Thank you.